the texture that's in there more. I would look at the general area where you have the texture of the brick, and I would click on the darkest part of it, move it down a little bit. Then I would click on the brightest part of it and move it up a little bit. There would end up being a greater difference between the two, and it would pop more. Because when you use the contrast slider in Lightroom, it's generically doing it to the whole image. It's similar in curves to making what's called an S-curve. Let me show you real quick. It's similar to going linear and then just doing generically this. And that's pretty generic. It's not very specific to your image. Whereas if I wanted to add contrast, it wouldn't matter if this is color or black and white. I want to be able to pull out more in this part of the temple that's up in here. You see that dark area and this bright? Well, I don't want to generically put a dot here and a dot here. I want to put one for this brightness and one for that. So with the donut, grab this area, drag up to make it a little brighter, then come over to this area, drag down to make it a little darker. Do you see it jump out now? And notice that that isn't in the same position as the ones I showed you earlier. It's much more precise. It's right in where I needed it to really get that particular part to pop. You see the more contrast right there? Okay. But I wouldn't do it any different on a black and white picture. All right, there's one thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. It only takes a second. I'm just going to make sure that this particular set of images has no adjustments, so I'm going to reset it. And that is, some people end up shooting with HDR all the time, where every single time they take a photo, you hear it go clack, clack, clack. I used to do this all the time myself. And I wanted to let you know that there is a choice where if you were to do HDR by accident, and let's say there's a performance going on, there's a dancer dancing or something like that, and you're taking pictures, click, 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 and you don't realize that you have auto bracketing turned on. Every picture is different in brightness. And so what the heck do you do? Well, you could come in here and take the images that you're thinking of and make the one that is most normal highlighted so that it's the active one. You can go to Photo, Develop Settings, and Match Total Exposures. Match Total Exposures. That means make these look similar to each other in brightness. So when I match total exposures, you see how it just adjusted them? To try to match that middle image. So if you accidentally had bracketing turned on, and you didn't think you did, you're clicking around, just taking single shots, going click, great shot, and you're not reviewing them. You get back home, you're like, oh man, all these shots are 2 stops difference between all of them. Then you can just select the images, make the one that looks the best active by clicking on it so it's the brightest white, and then it's Photo, Develop Settings, Match Total Exposures. And that will get the other two to be adjusted so they look similar in brightness. So these happen to be the same subject matter here, but if we look at them, 1, 2, 3, it did a pretty darn good job. Sure, it didn't have highlight detail in that last shot, but if I reset these, just going to Develop Module, reset, look at the difference we had before. Okay? Just want to make sure you knew what was in there. So how's that?
That is perfect.
Cool.
Okay, well, we are going to take a 15-minute break and let us know what we're going to do for the last portion of our day today.
All right. We have more adjustments to talk about, things like noise reduction, so we'll get into those, but mainly also want to cover books, how to create books, and then talk about going outside of Lightroom. But the part we need to talk about when it comes to adjustments isn't just a tiny bit where we extend the break or anything. So.
Great. Yeah. Okay, I want to tell you a little bit about an upcoming workshop that we're having. Sue Bryce and Haley Bartholomew are coming to Creative Live. This is Promoting Your Studio with Video Show Reels, and it's happening on Creative Live January 24th through the 26th. We're going to learn how to incorporate